Oh, hey guys. I didn't see you spying on me there. My thumb is twitching. I worked out too hard yesterday. Worked out my big muscles. Today we're going to talk about wiggle, squirm, twitch, and flail. 4 different kinds of movements. And then in my next video, we're going to talk about 4 more kinds of movements. So make sure you're subscribed for that. Okay, what does wiggle mean? Wiggle is the movement that a worm makes. Okay, if you're wiggling around, you're like a worm, or like a baby animal, or a baby human. You know how babies like to wiggle? You know, it's just a normal word. It's a normal movement. Okay, squirm is actually the same kind of movement, but it's for a different purpose. When you squirm, it's because you are uncomfortable for some reason. Okay? So you could say, when I asked my boyfriend where he was last night, he started to squirm. You know, he was uncomfortable. Maybe you knew he was lying because he started kind of squirming in his chair. Maybe he was doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing, but he told you, I was hanging out with my friends. So maybe he was a little bit sheepish. When you're sheepish, it means you look guilty. Do you look sheepish? So that's the difference between wiggle and squirm. Both kind of the same idea, okay? So you could say if you say, my cat had kittens yesterday. All these little kittens, they're squirming around on the bed. If they're squirming, maybe they're like uncomfortable or they're in pain or something. You could say they're wiggling if you just want to describe their movement. Little kittens are wiggling around on my bed. Maybe you know, on your bed, that's where you sleep with all your pets, on your bed. Lots of people, there's a truck, guys. Lots of people, you know, they sleep with their pets. I don't have any pets, so I don't sleep with my pets. But maybe you have your cat and your kittens there. They're all kind of like wiggling around or squirming. Okay, so with your boyfriend, who was doing something last night, who he wasn't supposed to be doing, he's not wiggling in his chair. He was squirming, okay? He's uncomfortable, trying to get out of that situation. The same with politicians, okay? When reporters ask politicians hard questions, they always squirm, right? You could say, the questions made the president squirm. He kind of wants to get out of that situation, right? So he's a little bit uncomfortable. He's not wiggling. He's squirming. Okay. What about the third word is twitch? Okay, when you twitch, that's a completely different kind of movement. That's a small movement that involves when your muscle is doing something that you don't really want it to be doing. It's involuntary. When something is involuntary, it means you don't have control of it. Like your heartbeat right now. Your heartbeat is involuntary. You're not choosing for your heart to keep beating, right? Same with your breathing. Most of the time you don't think about your breathing, but your body's just kind of doing it involuntarily. So the same with if you work out too hard, your muscle might start twitching, or maybe if you don't get enough sleep, your eye might start like twitching, right? So any part of your body could twitch. It's just uncontrollable, right? It's a small movement and kind of like that kind of movement. Okay. Now the fourth word I want to talk about is flail. Flail. This means like arms and legs. Okay. So squirm and wiggle, that's more like your middle part of your body. If you're squirming, you're wiggling. But, and twitch is usually your fingers or your eyes or some small part. If you flail, think about arms and legs. Imagine a skier falling down a mountain. Have you ever been skiing? It's a bit dangerous if you don't know how to ski or snowboard properly. You might be going down a little bit, then all of a sudden you start tumbling down the mountain and you're flailing your arms. Help me, someone. You're, tumbling down. You're flailing your arms and your legs. These flies are annoying me, guys. So what other situation could you use flail? Imagine if you miss the bus. If you are just late for the bus and you see your bus going away, you can say, hey, stop, let me on, right? And maybe if you're on the bus, you can say, I saw a guy running after the bus, flailing his arms and legs, begging the driver to stop and let him on. I'm going to start flailing my arms and legs because of these flies. Yeah, okay, so, these words describing different kinds of movements are very important in English because movement is part of life, right? It's actually how you know someone is alive, right? How do you know if someone's alive or dead? You poke them with a stick, right? If they move, they're living. If they don't move, they're dead, right? So movement is part of life. So it's a good idea to learn the specific words for the different kinds of movements. It's going to make your English much more advanced. Okay? So if you see someone running or falling down a mountain or something, they might be flailing their arms and their legs. If someone doesn't get enough sleep, then my eye might be twitching, not moving. Moving is a low-level word. Twitching would be a high-level word. Or if you have some baby kittens, that were just born, maybe the kittens are wiggling or squirming. Or if you feel uncomfortable for some reason, then you're squirming. Okay, so those are some great words. Let me know if you have any questions down there in the comments. Thank you guys for all your nice comments, and I'll see you in the next one where we're going to talk about more movement words. All right, love you guys very much, and I'll see you over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.